Hello everybody, it's super late here at MBE. It is Sunday night. If you don't see the video, it's because it's pretty late and Biggs usually goes to bed early because he gets up early. So I apologize, you might not see this till Monday morning. Reason being, as you can see, we've been running big nines all weekend. So we got all these heads here. So basically, we were able to pick up 36 hours of spindle time with me and Bob Temple coming in, feeding the machines. So all in the effort to stay ahead of everything. So we did that. We've done real good the last few years staying ahead of it. So we're not going to give up on that now. So we run all these pairs right here. The other machine, we're running billet heads on that. So these are the chunks. So this doesn't look like it, but this is three more pair of billet small block Chevys right here. We have one right here. It's off the machine here. It just needs to be valve job. I got one cylinder finished. You can see how perfect it came out. It's dead nuts. But these are always gorgeous. I mean, that head, NA, the NA version, goes 500 CFM on a 1020 bench. That is a real number. And then we got some Ford stuff. Very similar ports that we put in it. Goes 500 CFM also. This is 8 degrees by 4 degree cant. So is the Ford that we do. Yeah, so these things, look at the valve train, just everything. And our version of our billet heads on the Chevrolet side weigh 35 pounds. So now not only do you get a performance advantage, but you get a weight advantage too, because typically our competitors are in the 42 to 46 pound range. So you multiply that by 2, because we do them in pairs, and then you know what you got. So this right here, and then exhaust on this over 300. Like I said, we don't embellish the numbers, and of course big nines, big nine, big nine, big nine, big nine. And so this is typically when they're standard large, like you see on here. That's our standard intake port and our large exhaust port. So those are very common, like 632s, 650s, 598s, things like that. And then the standard has a smaller exhaust port in it. So this is a lot. We do a lot of these for the truck pull guys. So 500 cubic inch, 95, 10,000 RPM. The truck pull guys are, honestly, the truck pull guys, they don't have nothing on the drag race guys don't have anything on the truck pull guys. The truck pull guys are badasses. 22 seconds, 10,000 RPM. One thing, you go to the big 9 with all the valve train stuff, with the 20 fasteners holding the bar on, 1/2 inch push rods, and doesn't have the huge offset on the rockers so they don't break rockers. So actually you have something that the valve train is actually better than a conventional, except for our max pull. Okay, so we have so many versions of this, so that's why everything is refined. Billet pieces here, things will come in here. Okay, so this is a cast cylinder head. I know it doesn't look like it. This is a brand new. So the customer wanted these lightened, so it takes about 7 pounds off per head, so a significant amount. Plus they look like billets. They're absolutely beautiful pieces. So this is a small block Ford. This is something that we would like to sell for Australian Pro Stock. It's 500 CFM, it's a real number. Over 300 on the exhaust. The Ford guys finally have something. A lot of water. You know, it's just, this is 8 degree valve angle, 4 degree cant. And the port is very, very fast. It is not. This is not lazy at all. All oval ports. So very fast port. So if you're 400 cubic inch and you want to run 10,000 RPM NA, or if you're a 450 cubic inch and you want to run 8,500 RPM, we got something for you. I don't think anybody else has got anything like this. Actually, I feel quite certain about it. We haven't even advertised this yet, and we've already done 4 sets. So. And we'll have some more in the back that we've done. Ian's finishing that head up right there. And then, of course, this is another one finishing up right here. So it's got our billet intake manifold. So this actually had a set of Brodex GB heads on it. You can see it's a lot different than the MBE. Not all of the fasteners and everything, but the port height and everything you can use the billet manifold. So those of you guys that have GBs, we can have this so this manifold fits. There's a little bit of work making the valley tray and everything, so there's some time and and cost in that. But hey, this guy didn't have to buy rocker arms or anything. We updated the intake and exhaust ports and chambers, and now he's got something that he'll probably race for the next 15, 20 years. So, and you got a manifold that actually works, because as far as I know, there's not a wedge manifold out there that is truly developed for drag racing, and that's why we did this, because there's nothing out there. They're not big enough. The floor is too shallow. They're not right. This thing will make some crank. Okay, and then got a set of our Pro Extreme heads in here. This is an old set of heads, so these came in here. They're 10 years old. So what happens is they've been valve jobbed over and over and over and over. This customer looked at it. He said, you know what? So we're going to pull all the seats out of them, bring the seats back up to the up to the zero height and everything, and basically he'll have a set of heads that are basically brand new again. Yeah, and they'll run just like they were. And then we got a set of this is a set of our 20-degree max pulls. We talk about the 18-degree max pull, but these are 20s. For those of you truck pull guys or drag race guys that have rules that you can only run a 20-degree cylinder head, we made a version of the max pull with a 20 also. So same thing, huge flow coefficients, a 2,500 intake valve in it, intake 30 exhaust, and all of this is raised up. Everything compared to an SR20, this is on steroids with the way the valve train is, with all the fasteners and the one-piece bar. And like I said, 18 and 20, 2,500. You got a set of heads that flow like a 18-degree Big Chief head does. A good set of 18s. And luckily, M&M lets us use their intake manifold, so we get these without bolt holes and everything. So that's part of the machine work that we do to make sure everything fits perfectly. So the guys get all that mocked up, and then we'll port this. So Bob just started on it. I can see this, so he's got a long ways to go. Probably another 4 more days in this. Like I tell people, if we're porting the intake, we're kind of stuck. We can't do a half-assed job, because if we do, then the cylinder heads don't look good. So we're kind of, we're committed, to say the least. And then let's come in here. Ta-da. More truck pull stuff, so this is repair work, but I know Mr. Rosick had a really good year this year. We got some Chevrolet stuff that they race against here also that came in for service. And they had a really good year too. So we love the truck pull stuff, to say the least. This is some power adder stuff right here. This is out of Domhoff Automotive. So it's a Pro Charger. I believe Brad Personette tunes this thing. So typically with everything that Brad does, the thing's fast. So that's one thing about Brad. When our stuff is on something that Brad tunes, all he does is make us look good. So, and we appreciate it. And then so more stuff to be serviced. Oh, we had one in here we didn't talk about. That's right. So the Southeast gassers, that thing's getting really, really, really popular, and it's awesome because it is performance based. The rules make it it makes it very, very difficult, but that's what we're here for. We like that, when we have to be creative and do excellent work. So you have to use an old style intake. So we went in there and done a bunch of porting to the intake. We're not going to show inside of there. We took a set of these CHI cylinder heads, and we've done all the porting in that. So really, this thing's, I can't wait. This is 10,000 RPM, Southeast gassers, no shift lights, just real drag racing. You actually got to pull the lever to shift it, none of this BS. So cool stuff. We're doing more and more of this stuff, and we want to do more of it. We like it because it's challenging, and with all the experience we have with all of us, not just me, but we got Bob, we got Ian, we got Dave, you got a lot of experience here. We're very fortunate to have a really badass crew with decades and decades of experience. So anyways, that's that. And let's come in here. So this is a set of our 13s, drag race deal, nitrous. They got the soft chamber in it. One thing nice about the 13 is the plug placement is very nitrous friendly. So we sell a lot of these for the garage guys and things like that. Something like this will outrun an SB2 head or a Chevrolet splayed valve head. I know a lot of people don't believe it, but it flows 20 CFM more than the best Chevrolet splayed valve heads ever did. It has more cross-sectional area. The valve is like 600 thousandths longer. That means we can raise the whole port up in it, and the head does flow over 440. We got a set. These are power adders. So typically, if it's got Tasoma written on it, it's a power adder because he does so much of that. So that's a big 9 power adder. These are our CID LS7. These are with solid casting, so this person will run methanol. So we're just waiting on some parts to finish these up. But that's for Tom Hammond's, and I think Anthony's building that motor too. So that's pretty cool. And then we'll come in here, Mr. Biggs. And we got this, so what do we have here? Oh, these are beautiful, so we got that. But I would like to talk about this. This is our high port that we do. We've done a lot of work to this. I'm not going to show you the top side of the head. We've done a bunch of welding and everything to try and make, to get this thing to work right. But this is for that small tire. Oh shoot, what's the class called? Small tire. I can't remember now. But anyways, 20-degree high port. We have the answer right here for the Ultra Street. This is an Ultra Street cylinder head, but these things are badass, nice. I mean, just look at the porting and everything. But we were able to take advantage of a lot of things here. We understood that the Ford guys were a little behind. Well, not anymore. Now you guys got something. So come get some. Another billet manifold here for Mr. Robinson, so his stuff's just about ready to ship. I think we'll be assembling his stuff tomorrow, probably. So, okay, and then we have, so Matt Dahl. So we did a whole new Ford program for him. He got the first sets. He's got the first sets, but this is what we were talking about before. This is the 8-degree small block Ford. So this is a comp eliminator engine right here. I believe it's probably, it's a super mod. So this is a super mod. This is around 400 cubic inch, so he'll run 10,500 RPM with this. And you can see with the Jessel system and everything, I mean, look at how gorgeous that is. I mean, it's just beautiful workmanship. I mean, Jessel did just an outstanding job with the valve train. They're willing to work with us and add all the extra fasteners and everything. And between Jessel and T&D, it's very nice that we're able to work with them because they can only make our products look better and work better. But this customer wanted the press and hat washers and everything Matt did, so everything's beautiful. They're very hard. They won't gall. You won't even scratch them. But steel rockers, just nice stuff. But then again, got a head. 500 CFM is a real number. Small chambers. So that's nice. You got these little chambers in them. Yeah, so 8-degree by 4-degree cant. And then we have another set here, so that's not getting a sheet metal intake. So we use the CID manifold. Bob finished porting all of this, so it matches these cylinder heads. See, eventually we'll be doing a billet for this, but that's probably another 8 months to a year out. And then we just have another set of service and a set of heads right here. And that's it. That's this week at MBE. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I'm going to go home and get some rest.